They got me. Like, watch
Thank
this.
you, bro.
I gotta stand up.
Oh shit, here we go. I might need to post this low key.
From the looks of it, yeah.
Where the police at?
Oh my days.
911.
I'm clipping this. I'm clipping this. That's
This
fucking
interview comes
great.
with its own mini concert.
Oh shit. When
Come
you
on.
start now, when you start this, when you post this, put that clip at the start.
Okay, bet.
Trust.
Hello, everyone. This is Marcus. I wanted to stop by in the beginning and say Tommy's new album, There Was Never Light, is out now. I repeat, Tommy's new album, There Was Never Light, is out now. Listen to the album before you watch the interview. Thanks. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh.
Welcome back to the Job Hunt LLC. Well, it's been quite some time since we've been in a position where we could hire staff, because I'm just gonna say it now. We filed for bankruptcy. We filed for bankruptcy, okay? Because look, Rosa Toddy was the head of our accounting department, and what happened? We started fucking racking it up. Oh yeah, we started making big fucking bands. Dean, tell them how much we made. Tell them how much we made in the last month. Tell them how much we made.
You guys are not going to believe this. This is actually a company record. Company record for.
Come on, tell them.
72 cents.
Let's go. Let's go. And now we can pay our staff properly, okay? But something's really, really wrong. We had our office, okay? And let me tell you why we were gone for so long. Me and Dean got kidnapped by the Job Hunt LLC, okay? We got kidnapped and we were put in a chair, tied with ropes, whatever the fuck. We got kidnapped. Me and Dean made the great escape. And then we had to fill out some legal paperwork, you know, and what we did is we spread out. So now I live in the North Pole and Dean lives in Antarctica, and this is where we conduct our interviews from. So let's talk about today's show and what's going on over here. Well, we all remember Psy, right? Well, Psy, after a month and a half, finally landed in Phoenix. However, this was in a really bad time because obviously me and Dean were kidnapped. Psy couldn't reach our phones and he decided he's going to fly back to Australia. This is bad, and because he's going to work from home. You know how much of an expense that is for us? Anyways, we're letting Psy work from home. The week and a half time zone difference is really gonna like fuck us up. But you know what Psy said? First, let's introduce Dean into the podcast. Dean, welcome. How are you feeling?
Back.
I know you made an
Job
appearance.
Hunt LLC.
I know
It
you made
feels
an
good to be
appearance
back.
earlier. Okay, you could stop now. And
Okay,
so
thank you.
now, Psy said, I have someone I could send you. So I have another Australian man that I could send you. Okay, and that's who's with us today. Today we're talking to musician, singer, fucking just god tier music, man coming out with an album at the time of this recording this Friday, but by the time you see it, it's out now. Tommy, woo! Tommy, how are you doing?
What's good, bro? What's good? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How you
I don't-
boys doing?
Tommy was patiently waiting for us to stop our rant. Obviously,
No, I
we're
was
all
not. I
very
was
different.
not. I was not patiently waiting. I was enjoying it, actually. I was enjoying it.
It's good to have you on the show, Tommy, because you are coming out with a new album this Friday. And we have a lot of
Yes.
questions about it because I listened to it. I listened to it already. Thank you for
Yeah.
sending that over to me. Dean listened to it already. And Dean's very appreciative of that, of course.
That's
But-
so good. That's so good.
I have to admit that I listened to it more times than Dean did because it
Perfect.
honestly is a
true.
spectacular project. It's a very good
Thank
project.
you, bro. Thank you,
We're
bro.
gonna get
I
to that.
appreciate that.
First, Dean, start us off with the question. The main question. Start it off right.
The main question, Tommy, what inspires you to make your music?
Shit.
Whoa. Hold on. Dean, the other question.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was on question 2. Question number 1, Tommy, tell us about
Yes.
yourself. You can dive as deep as you want, or you can just say one sentence. It's really up to you.
About myself. Damn. That's
Yes, sir.
such a broad question.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I'm just a kid who likes to make music. Um, I wish there was like more layers to me. Like I did this, but nah, it's just straight music, art. Like I just like making art. Um, I don't know. I'm just another human on earth. You know, just a little blonde kid with glasses and a microphone and headphones in a bathroom. That's just making what I love. And yeah, to compact it down, that's me, just the boy.
Now, I have a follow-up question.
All right,
Tommy
let's hear it.
is from Australia.
I am, yes.
And these Australia interviews are always super interesting because it's kind of like we're learning about culture too at the same
Right,
time.
right.
Have you been in Australia your whole life? And which part of Australia?
Yeah, so I was born here. I've never left Australia, sadly. Like I'd really love to like fucking see the world. Like I don't know, especially with social media, I can like see different parts of the world where I'm like, damn, I would really like to go to that very specific forest in this specific country.
Right.
So it's kind of like FOMO. So I'm like, fuck, I just want to explore. But yeah, I've been in Australia my whole life. Um, I was born in New South Wales, but then I moved up to the Gold Coast, which is in Queensland. So it's kind of like the Gold Coast is like a beachy area, but it has a city. Sort of.
So is that like the Beverly Hills of Australia?
Um, I feel like Beverly Hills is like a lot more fancy. Like the Gold Coast is very depends where you are. Depends where you are. It's nice when you like visit. I think
Interesting.
personally, but I love my city. But yeah, if you're visiting, it's beautiful. But when you're here your whole life, it's like, damn, I need to get out. I need to explore.
I
Yeah.
bet. Right? Like I was lucky. I think that I'm like very grateful that I was born in a big city. I'm from LA. So
All right.
I got to like see it all pretty much like as I was growing up. But you said that you've never left Australia. Like you like not even like moving wise, but you've never like left the continent.
Yeah. Never stepped foot off Australia. Nah.
Jesus Christ. Is there anywhere that you would like want to go? Like the second you get to leave Australia, where are you going?
Well, ever since like I was like a young kid, like before I wanted to make music, I wanted to be a film director. And I was like 9 years old. But in my head, I was like, I need to go to the New York Film Academy. Like that's where I need to be. So like
Ah,
New York is definitely on the list because I think New York is so fire. But I'd love to go to like Canada, fucking I don't know, like heaps of random places, like even like Egypt or something. Like something you never really think of going where it's like, yeah, I'll go to Egypt. But like,
right.
I don't know, I guess because I've never left, I'm like literally open to anything. Like take me anywhere that's not Australia. I'm keen.
That,
It's something new.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like you got to go to the places where you would never think of going. And I learned that this summer. I was in Nebraska, which is you know where Nebraska is?
I do know. I know the name, but I don't know where that is. No.
So it's like in like the dead center of the United States. And something about the Midwest is it's seen as like really boring and like why would you want to be there? Why would you vacation there? Why would you go there? But I went there and that's when I learned I was like, you gotta go to these places that like people say like don't go or like it's like boring or what is there to do there? Cause
Yeah.
that's where you're gonna learn the most.
Yeah, nah, facts. Like, just a question for you boys. Would you ever like I was talking to my girl about this, but I thought it'd be so interesting to go to a place like fuck, where was it? Is it like North Korea or something where it's like really like intense? Like, I don't know, there'd just be something like interesting about seeing like I don't want to just go to a place because I seen the beaches are nice.
Right.
Like I'm trying to go somewhere where it's like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know if it was North or South Korea, but shit. Yeah, at
Scared of
times, at
being here.
times. At
North Korea.
times.
It definitely is North Korea.
Yeah,
Dean,
my bad with like
answer
geometry.
that question. That's
I was
you.
gonna say it might be a little difficult getting to North Korea, sometimes even impossible, considering
Ye-
how like they have everything so locked down and under control there.
Yeah, like mainly for figure of speech.
Right, like
figure
even
of
if
speech.
you take a picture, like you might go to jail or something, you know?
Right.
Like very
Damn.
limited, like freedom of speech, that sort of thing. But I'm not saying it's not interesting, like because you feel like they got like, at least like everything kind of like hidden away from the rest of the world. Like it's kind of interesting to see what they do, like, or like what you can see while actually like being there, as opposed to like what they kind of like, pump out with like their propaganda and stuff like that. So that'd
Yeah,
definitely be interesting.
I'm gonna
Bro,
be crazy.
I'm a down ass motherfucker. I'll go anywhere.
I guess we'll just go, man. Like
Is that
you know that
us?
movie, the interview.
The Job Hunt LLC takes
Oof.
over North Korea.
There you go.
Hey.
Pyongyang. That bro.
Pyongyang, we're coming for you. We're not.
Damn.
Fuck no, we're not. We are.
Please
saying-
don't send assassins for us.
But I'm down to go on a vacation there. A little historical vacation.
But it would be interesting though, like as
Right,
like
exactly.
low key scary as that is. I don't know. There'd just be something low key interesting of being like seeing like, whoa, this is like, I don't know. There's heaps of places like that where it'd be so interesting. But
Yeah. This is life for
This-
these motherfuckers. Like I know like internet is like super restricted or even non-existent in North Korea. So I know
true.
in North Korea a lot of the people there don't know anything outside of the world. Like outside of North Korea, I mean.
See, that's crazy. That's
Exactly.
fucking
And
man.
I don't know. Okay, do you guys know the name of this one island where like the people there never left, and I guess they like haven't evolved or anything since like 200,000 BC or whatever the fuck it is. And the helicopter came. They don't have any phones, internet. They don't like have like a set language or anything like that. But then a helicopter came to take pictures of it. And they shot it down with bows and arrows.
I seen
like-
that. I seen that.
Wow.
I don't know about that. That's
'Cause that's some like
fucking.
alien shit.
That's imagine that though. Like you see a fucking helicopter. They probably never seen a helicopter in their life.
Yeah.
And then there's just this big fucking metal thing in the air. You're like, yo, nah, probably not. Probably
Fuck no.
not.
Like that thing has
That'd
to
be
go.
terrifying.
It's like imagine that happening to us.
Yeah.
Like we just see like a spaceship over us and we're like, well, I guess we'd just probably take photos of it. We wouldn't try to actually get it down.
Yeah, the
Knowing
way
us.
society's leaning right now, 100%. We're just taking pictures of that thing. Leave it up to
Yeah.
the army to figure out what's up
Yeah.
with that.
We got a 9 to 5 to go to.
Yeah.
You know, we-
I have a job. We have a company to run. Job Hunt LLC. That's why we're hiring you. Or that's why we're interviewing you. We're gonna find out at the
Exactly.
end. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a V. It's an energy drink from Australia. I
Ooh.
had to stop drinking them like not too long ago, but I'll occasionally have one in certain situations.
You're
But
having one for the right occasion.
Exactly.
I am. I need to be on my shit.
We're about to
but-
get so turned, as
Yes.
my staff calls it.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get time.
So, I have like a personal life question to kind of like start off with this. I was
hear it.
really interested. Okay, like I was like really like thinking about this because you're in Australia, obviously. And there's you guys are how many 17 hours forward from where we are in the United States.
I think so, yeah.
So right now in Australia, if I do the math right, it's 9 a.m. It's 9:30 in the morning.
It is 9:27.
Are you a morning person?
Depends what for. Depends if it's like in what context, like making music or just like all round
Just
all
like
around
all
living.
around.
Yeah, like day to day.
Day to day. I don't know. I think it's pretty even. I might lean more towards mornings. I feel like because I don't know. There's just I don't know. There's something about waking up, having a shower, getting ready, getting what you need done. I don't know. That's actually, I've never even thought of that before.
Right.
Shit. But
'Cause
then
I-
nighttime is also fire.
Because I was
Like-
gonna say 9 a.m. for the Job Hunt LLC interviews. Insane.
Hey,
Insane.
gotta
Because
do
usually
it
we do
now.
them at like 6 or 7 p.m. and like everyone's in Phoenix. So we've all like
Yeah.
gone through the whole day and
I mean, I do think doing like things like this in like the afternoon or nighttime would be better, but that's why I have this.
right.
That's why I have this.
You
Nah,
gotta get it going. Now, what about the
Nah.
music? Like, would you ever like stay like wake up early for like a music day?
oh, 100%, 100%. I would, if I could, like, if I really could, like, lock myself in like a room or like a cabin in like the woods and just work on music, I'd wake up at like 3:34 in the morning just to try it
100%.
out, just to try it out. Cause I don't know, it's always good to try it. But I've made music at like 3 a.m. I've made music at like 9, 10 a.m.
Good.
But it really
Because
depends.
I've definitely done that too. Like, I think going out of your comfort zone physically and making music is some of like that's when you make the best music. That because you're getting a lot of
Definitely.
like new inspiration. And actually, on that trip to Nebraska, the reason I went originally was just to tag along with like the family that was going. I was gonna tag along and like on the road trip, I was taking a bunch of notes, I was making a bunch of writing, and I got so inspired that my whole like new project is based off of that trip and like my thoughts
Right.
during that trip. And that's where the best ideas come from. When we went to Flagstaff in Arizona, which is kind of just like the mountain, like snowy city here. And I made a couple songs up there before too. And that's where the best music comes from. So like I have a question. Do
Mhm.
you have any songs out right now that were like that? Like what's some of the history behind any of your songs where you've gone out of your comfort zone physically to
Any of my songs out now? Fuck, what do I even have out now? Um, I would say it's not too crazy. I think more of like my recent songs, like the on the album, are a little bit more different. But my song, the Where the Cops song, I recently moved into like my partner's house, and I don't know. So like I found myself in like a pocket where I was like, fuck, I want to try some weirder shit. I want to try some more, just like give it a shot. And I ended up just recording in my car for the first time, which isn't like that crazy, but I just recorded in my car like by myself
right.
because I was trying to get comfortable with like recording around my partner. Because sometimes I'm just like, yo, can you put some headphones in or can you just like leave? Because I'm trying to, especially when I do like scratch-ins or like mumbles where I'm just not saying shit.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I was just like, nah, I'm gonna take it to the car. And yeah, that was when I made that song. I think I was fully able to get like maximum weird. And I'm pretty sure majority of that song is just a freestyle. That's why it's so like
Oh really?
copy paste. Yeah. Because most of the time I'll mumble, like I'll just mumble for like 15 minutes over the beat. And then I like picked certain sections and just kind of ran with that. And that's
Right.
why it sounds like that.
Do
Yeah.
you produce your own music?
Majority of the time, if I don't produce it, my best friend from Boston, he'll produce. So he produced the song Lucky on my album, which
Okay.
is track 6. He produced Different, which is my last single, which is also track 2 on the album.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I produced Where the Cops, the Schema, composed. Yeah, a lot of the stuff on the album. But yeah, I fucking love producing. Like, that's the coolest shit as an
Yeah.
artist. When you like make the beat or you make the instrumental and then you record, like it feels like yours, like it's your child, it's
Exactly.
your little. It's tight.
I've definitely been like advocating for that. Like I like when you make the song all by yourself, that turns out to be like your favorite song. I feel like it could be your whole discography produced by someone else, But then the one
Yeah.
song that's yours, even if it's dog shit compared to the rest of them, that's your favorite song because like that's yours.
Yeah, it's more personal,
Yeah.
very much more personal. But yeah, even then, like my friend Jack, Jack O'Hare, shout out Jack O'Hare. He's like, understands. It's like sometimes when you start off, you'll be like looking at YouTube beats, or you'll be like trying to find samples and shit. He's one of the people where I could give him an idea, he'll take it and know how to make something that not necessarily sounds like someone else, but he knows what I'm like trying to go for.
Right.
And like even my friend Hunter Scott, where he's on the album, he's on the same song with Jack on Lucky. He'll play guitar for me because I can't play guitar. And
Oh,
I'll
wow.
be trying to explain to him like, nah, it needs to be like, yeah. And I'll be like doing fucking drawings to try and explain what it looks like. Like I'm trying to show this motherfucker a drawing of like squares and circles to be like, can it sound like this? And he'll be like, yeah, I got you. Let's do it. And then
That's insane.
it fucking works. But yeah, shout out those two boys. They fucking, if I don't make it, it's probably those guys who have made it. Guarantee.
So it
That's
sounds
such
like
a
you have
cool way
like
to
a
collaborate.
Yeah, it's tight. But
sounds like you have a good strong team with you in the like with your music. It sounds like you have like the right people. It's not big, but like you have the right people with you to make your music successful and sound amazing. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say so. I've got like every single like one of my friends, like even people who like aren't on this album, but they might be on like other songs I put out, like my boy Caesar, which is on a song that I put out. I don't know when, I think it was June or July, but he's a fucking incredible artist. And then my boy Zane, he takes photos and like he'll help me with photo shoots. And like we even put out a short film together like back in March. But everyone like around me is a creative. And like we might not necessarily be on the same vibe, but it's like, you know, just creative minds just go
Exactly.
hard. But yeah.
And the creativity, okay, look, like the visual creativity from like the promotions that you've been putting out about the album or like in regards to the album, they got me. That's for sure. They got me. Like, watch
Thank
this.
you, bro.
I gotta stand up.
Oh shit, here we go. I might need to post this low key.
From the looks of it, yeah.
Where the police at?
Oh my days.
911.
I'm clipping this. I'm clipping this. That's
This
fucking
interview comes
great.
with its own mini concert.
Oh shit. When
Come
you
on.
start now, when you start this, when you post this, put that clip at the start.
Okay, bet.
Trust.
Bet.
That's fucking great.
Marcus, make note of that. Marcus is our engineer.
Oh, shout out Marcus. That's the brother right there.
But yeah, I mean, like what I'm saying is like it was that TikTok that I saw because like you promoted it very well on TikTok. I feel like, and I'm sitting there because you know you're on TikTok and a lot of the shit's really just boring and lame now, and it's like use this sound, otherwise you're gonna have like a fucking like back pain for the next week.
Yeah.
But use this sound, and you're just scrolling and you're like, oh my fucking god! But then you come across this post by Tommy, and it just like the music one sounded very abstract because
Yeah.
Where the Cops At is a very like different sounding song compared to some of the other songs on the album. So it's good that I feel like it's good that you use that song to promote because it's like, oh shit, like this is different. And it makes me really excited to like listen to the album.
Yeah.
Definitely how I
Thank you,
felt
bro.
about it. And another funny thing that I noticed also is I bet in Australia you guys like do like day, month, year.
What
For
do you
like the
mean?
dates. Like instead of like October 10th, 2022, you would do like 10 October 2022.
Oh, yeah.
So when you put it when you like had the date up, I thought it was October 11th instead of November 10th. So I started like trying to track down your Spotify, finding this album. And the first DM I was gonna send you was, bro, I can't find the album on Spotify. But then like it hit me, you know.
Shit,
But
I might have to change that. I might like just write 10th of November then. So I feel bad. My bad, bro.
no, that's okay. But
I didn't even think of that. Fuck.
overall promotion, very good. So that's my next
Thank you,
question.
man.
How seriously do you take promotion when it comes to your music?
Well, like as like when you're like a small artist, well, like when I first started, I would like work so hard on a song, like a music video. I'd put it out, and then I'd go to bed, and I'd wake up, and I'd be like shocked that like Drake hasn't reposted it, and I don't now have a Lamborghini. Like I'd be like, what the fuck? Like I put so much effort into the song, but I think you get to the point where you're like, all right, well, how do I market this? Like, how do I do the next thing? But no, marketing is like it's a big thing. I try not to think when you think of it as like marketing, because like before I started really doing TikTok, you'd see motherfuckers where they're like, you got to do TikTok if you're an artist, and I'm like, bro, shut up. Like, I don't want to do fucking TikTok. Like, because half the time you just see these motherfuckers. I can't even talk. I've been done it, but it's like the LED lights, and they're just like POV. My fucking car broke down, and all I have to listen to is this song, and it's their song. Like,
Yeah,
oh
or my manager told me not to post this song
yeah,
until
and it's
after it
just,
dropped.
it's just, I don't know. I just didn't really fuck with that, and I tried that. Like, I did that as well. Oh, 1 second, bro. My cat's fucking around. Hold up, bro. Hold up.
Oh,
Post the
we
cat.
gotta see the cat.
We
We
gotta
gotta
see the
show the
cat.
cat.
It's cat time.
We're taking a cat break, guys.
Yeah, we're taking a cat break. Oh,
Oh, boys,
Oh.
that was my cat just fucking around.
Like,
Sorry.
can we see the
can we
cat?
see the cat?
You want to see the cat? All right.
Hell
This
yeah,
might
dude.
this might give you more hiring points.
All right.
True.
All right. I'll get him.
Brownie
in a second.
points. He's like, oh, okay, all right.
Bro, I'm so excited to see this cat. Okay, what color is the cat? Guess.
This
Oh,
is my
There
guy.
go.
This is Keo. This is my little guy.
What's up,
Keo.
Keo?
Yeah, my partner would be crying right now because he's on the podcast, but this is him, the little guy.
Aw.
Shout out Keo.
Yeah, shout out Keo. I'll clip that as well.
Actually, I have a cat myself. His name is Frankie.
Oh, that's hard. I back that.
Yeah.
I back
Usually
that.
I
Cats
kick
are-
him out of the room before I have to record, so he's not here right now, but
Shit, you should bring him in.
I'll show you a picture.
All right, bet. Send
You got-
me a picture.
You gotta send him a picture of Frankie.
Yeah.
I have every other name for Frankie except Frankie. And I
Hey.
don't have a cat. I was about to get a cat, but that idea
should get
was
a
shut
cat.
down very quickly.
Should just get one, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I had like the vet appointment like set up and everything for like the shots, and like I had like the Petco cart like ready to go, but last minute I was like, I can't do that.
Just not the cat.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can see my bedroom from here, but I kind of live in like a box, and I don't think the cat would be very happy.
I mean, it's just blurry in the background. I can't lie. That's all I can see.
I got you. Watch this.
Oh, that's tight. I'll back that.
It's a fun little thing.
It's
But
a
I do
fun little thing.
I do have a big window though, and so I would put like a cat perch up there,
I feel that. I feel that. Well, like,
so the
I
cat
don't know
could
if you can
vibe.
I don't know if you can see in the background, the bro's just kind of
He's just kind of doing his
He's
thing.
look, he's walking on the fucking piano now. John, what are you doing? That's fun fact. That's actually I played some shit on that piano for the album.
Oh really? Wait, which songs?
The schema, I think,
Oh,
the main
okay.
melody. Yo, son,
Oh, he's making a beat.
he is. He's
Pretty
actually my
dope.
second producer.
Oh,
Low-key. But yeah, shout out the piano. Shit, what was I saying?
you're the schemer. You played that piano. for
Oh
that song?
yeah, the schema, which is track 3 on the album. Yeah, I
Oh shit.
played the piano. So I'm just fucking spitting bars for a hot minute. But
So that okay. The thing with your album is I remember like the songs based on like their like number position
Right.
But like I need to remember. I actually have the track list up right here. I actually kind of want to start
Yes.
talking about the album because there's a lot of good, like real ground to cover in terms of the
Mhm.
album.
Right.
One, well done. Honestly, like well done.
Thank you,
I
bro.
like listened
Thank
to
you.
it, and I thought they were all gonna kind of be like, "Where are the cops?"
Hmm.
But which I would have like I would have loved honestly, but the way Where Are the Cops and Different, the two singles, fit into
Hmm.
the album is perfect. It's like honestly like it's such good placement, and like the fact that it all tells a story going down the line with like
Oh,
the
you
song
picked that
positioning
up.
is
Nice.
amazing.
Thank you, bro. I actually really appreciate that. That's
Yeah.
actually fucking tight.
I need to listen to it more definitely and like try to get like a better understanding of what the story actually is. But Dean
Mm.
does have a story about the album when he was listening to it. So, Dean, you want to share that story?
So a little story with the album in relation to me is that I listened to the entire thing while I was driving my car. And so anytime I would hear like the little police siren in the background, I'd be driving, right? And then I'd be like,
Yeah. Yo.
or like it'd be like in the beginning of the song, right? You know, like
Mm.
before you start doing the lyrics, and then I would be like
Shit.
looking
That's
around.
hard. That's hard. I like that. I like that. Yeah.
But I mean, like even if I wasn't in the car, I think just like the inclusion of that just kind of like keeps you like kind of like gives you like a sense of being on edge, and I really like that. That's like super unique in my opinion.
Damn, that's so tight that you picked up on that. Wow.
No,
Damn.
we get critical.
But
We
I
get critical.
love that. I love that. I'm so happy you noticed that. I was like low-key afraid that no one would notice it, but that's tight. Yeah. The sirens are like through the whole album.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it started as a like the songs were like cool, but I was like, nah, I want them to feel more like one, like just like a whole thing. And
Right.
yeah, the sirens kind of put you on like it is like a very it's like to describe the album, I'd low-key call it like paranoid a little bit. It's kind of like
Definitely.
Right.
kind of
Definitely.
it's not like a creepy like ooh like spooky, but it's just like it covers things of like delusion and like I don't know, just like a lot of weird little thing without making it so like in your face, like like I'm scary or I'm this and that.
It's
But
very
yeah,
subtle.
Actually, I was on
yeah,
a
that's tight. You
FaceTime.
notice that? Fuck yeah.
I was on a FaceTime call with Tommy, um, like yesterday, or was it 2 days ago? No, it was yesterday for sure.
That was yesterday. Yeah.
And I was sent the album, and I listened to it. It starts off with the track "Jaywalking," which I was listening to "Jaywalking," and I was like, okay, like I can like really like I feel like something big is coming. And then on SoundCloud, if the people that are watching this podcast right now know anything about SoundCloud, is the transitions from one song to another are very jumpy and they
Bro,
aren't smooth. But I felt the
bro,
transition from Jaywalking to Different, and I was like, when this shit drops on Spotify,
bro.
you play it all the way through. You have to play it all the way through. I mean, there are like good transitions that are like popping up here and there,
Thank
and
you, bro.
that's the thing where I'm like, okay, there's a story behind this album. That's like the main indicator that when it sounds like one big fucking song, there's something going on in that album. So now I feel inclined to ask, what's your
Let's hear it.
perception of the album? Like, what was it kind of like? Like, how did you perceive the meaning of the album when you were making it?
Damn, that's a tight as fuck question. But yeah, first off, bro, thank you for like noticing that. Like, once again, I was worried that people like they wouldn't catch it or they wouldn't see it. But yeah, like every single song, like the sirens from the end of that song carry on to here to that. Like I tried to make sure everything, it didn't just feel like a bunch of fucking songs thrown together.
Right,
Which
because
like
then that's a mixtape.
yeah, like I don't know. I think it's just me personally, but I hate it when I listen to an album and it just feels like chunks of songs. Like they don't even have to have transitions or anything, but they just sound so, oh, he definitely made this like 2 years ago and just chucked it on.
Right.
Like, I don't like that. Well, yeah, how I perceived the album, I don't know. It was what I knew I wanted to like make an album because I've released 3 albums in the past, and like, so I've like tested the waters with like everything. But this time I was like, all right, I want to make an album, but I'm not gonna think too hard about it. I'm just kind of like just gonna make it. And I think, fuck, what would it have been? I think the first song I made was "Where Are the Cops," and I was like, okay, I can see myself falling into this pocket. And I just kind of kept going from there and just didn't think too much. Like, this is gonna be this song, it's gonna be about this. Like, I didn't have a name, I didn't have an idea, I didn't have a story. I just fell into this random pocket of like music where I'd gone through like a dry patch where I was like, what am I making? Like, you start looking up type beats and I'm like, nah, this just isn't what I want to make. You're trying to make beats, it just doesn't hit. But then, yeah, I made Where Are the Cops and I was like, fuck, this is tight. Like, and this was before I'd even started like posting TikToks even. And I was like, damn. And then I made the Schema afterwards. And this actually a fun fact, the start of the Schema where it's like fill away on my fill, that was like on another song that I had that I just ended up writing off because I was like, nah, that sounds trash. And then I put it on that song. I was like, that's fire.
There it is.
There it is. But when I was like, because Different nearly didn't make it on the album either. Because I was like, it's just too like
Too different.
Like,
It's a
yeah.
it's very like upbeat.
Definitely compared to the rest of the album, it's got like a weird vibe to it. But I just put it on because I knew if I listened to it enough, it would make sense.
Right.
And it did. But I dropped off my friend Rhyme at his house, and I was like driving, and I seen like this like power electricity box, and on the power box someone had spray painted something like there was no light, or like there was never light. And I was like, yo, that's kind of tight. That's kind of tight. And it was kind of like a little moment where I was like staring at it, just waiting at this intersection, like, that's fucking hard. I like that. I was like, I like that. And I just kind of sat on it.
That's the best.
And then, yeah, I think once the title came, I was like, all right, I got an idea where I want to take this. And that's when like, fuck, that's when, what were they? Like the songs like Never Light, Mothman, Lucky, like all of that just kind of just flowed. Like it was like, didn't even have to think about it, just came out.
Right. So we're looking at actually a small album in comparison to like what normal people perceive an album to be. Right. We're looking at 21-minute runtime, and 8 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to properly ask this question, but
Let's hear it.
Is there a reason that you made the album so short?
Well, yes and no. It was originally seven tracks, but I made Mothman, which is the closer track. I made that, I think, like a week before I sent the album out, and I was like, oh, because I liked it how it ended on like a real tearjerker, like a real sad ending. And I was like, I made Mothman, and I was like, nah, I feel like I should close it on this. Just fully get people down. And then instead of bringing them back up, just fucking punch them while they're down. Be like, nah.
Exactly. Because if Lost Return to God is... I was listening to that and I was like, oh my God.
Bro, that's the saddest fucking song I ever made.
I was like, I might cry to Tommy's music, right? There is a chance that I will cry. So it's really interesting that you point that out.
Yeah, it's cool. But I think in like the grand scheme of like, the era of like TikTok and shit, they kind of advise you not to put out an album. They're like, you need to just do singles, which I 100% get. But I was like, bro, I like making albums. Exactly. I don't care if it does fucking, if I get 200 streams, like I don't give a shit. Like I'm proud of this. And if someone finds it and is like, yo, what is this? They listen to it and they're like, this is tight. That I did my job.
And now
I'm
you have
good.
like a collection of songs that you can listen to from that artist instead of like needing to like wait for more releases. Because if you're releasing
Yeah.
just like singles and like single after single after single, it's like one, it gets a little repetitive. Two,
Mm,
it's just like there's that waiting factor, and it's like, well, I kind of want to hear more, you know. And like the singles,
Definitely.
I feel like, yeah, okay. So like this is like kind of just like my 2 cents on how I think albums should be released, because I've also released a couple albums myself, and I'm working on another one right now.
tight.
You make the album, and then from the album you have to pick the songs that you know is gonna either one, grab the attention of someone, or two, just be so stupid hard on the album that like you know other people are gonna want to like get like excited, like they're gonna get excited and want to hear more of that project. So singles, yeah, but then people
Mhm.
start like asking questions about it, a lot of questions being like, well, that's it. If you're gonna release a single, you have to really sit there and make sure that
Single
you're
worthy.
making a single worthy song, because a single has to have as much impact as the whole album does, or
Yeah,
as a whole album
definitely.
does, you know.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you on that.
But then there's
100%.
Playboy Cardi with Whole Lotta Red. He's like, I'm gonna get 24 fucking songs, and here you go. And
Yeah. I feel
makes
like when you
millions.
hit that status, it's like,
You do whatever you want.
yeah, like you got like the Travises, the Kanyes, the Cardis, like all of those, like even like Kendrick and shit, they go like fucking 7 years, don't release shit, not a single inside would drop. But that's because they've had that fan base. But yeah, I think as smaller artists,
Yeah.
I don't know, there's something beautiful about working on an album. Like
Yeah.
if the album goes for like 25 songs, I might be like, fuck, I gotta really fuck with you to sit through that.
Get through 25
Especially,
songs.
yeah, especially if I know it's just 25 songs you made and you just put them on there. But like,
It's like there's
What I
no
was
way
gonna
that...
say
Oh, sorry.
is I was gonna say I think like having an album as opposed to like a bunch of singles kind of gives like it gives some more depth to that artist, and it actually like in my opinion makes it more
Definitely.
interesting for that reason
Definitely.
too. Like it kind of gives like like some insight into maybe like that artist themselves or just like whatever story they're trying to tell.
Mm.
But I think it's so cool like the way you talk about like each individual song. You're like, oh well, like Neverlight, like I saw that on a power box, or like Mothman. I wanted to like just like really like make him feel like a certain way. Which by
Yeah.
the way, Mothman is my favorite song off the album.
That's
Real.
crazy.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah.
Now it's
so
time
I-
for the me and Dean album debate in front of the person that made the album.
Do
Yep.
it. I need to hear it.
How is
I need
that
to
the
hear it.
best song, Dean?
Well,
I
what do you
think
think?
Different is the best one. Yeah.
Real? Are you on different?
No, I'm still unaware of the cops. I think
Valid. I fuck with that.
I think it's just like that, me hearing that first, and like I kind of like the Paranoid style of music a lot.
Hmm.
So I'm just like, that's my shit. That's
Nah, I
definitely
get
my
that. I
shit.
get
But
that.
what would
It's
I play at
definitely a
the club? It
one-of-a-kind
would be
song.
different.
Yeah, I think different in the club would go hard. I can't wait to perform them. That's what I'm like. I'm gunning for that. Like
Have you performed before?
I've performed a couple times. I think I've not earned my stripes, but I've done like trash performances where it's like there's not even a stage. There's people jumping on stage. There's like I've had that I've had like pretty solid where it's like, oh, this is a cool venue. But like, yeah, I've done some performing, but yeah, I fucking love. I've never performed stuff like this. It's normally just like you play a trap song and dance around for a little bit.
Yeah.
But with this album specifically,
You gotta have like a story on stage.
Oh,
One, you need to have the
bro.
bathtub on stage.
literally like to that extent where like I'll pull up to a fucking rap show where there's motherfuckers up there just like, hey, Molly, fucking bad bitches, and then I fucking cut the lights. Tommy comes out with a fucking bathtub, just like fucking bathtub, some motherfucker in like a balaclava next to me holding my ashtray, just like where the police at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Where the police at?
like that's just fucking, I don't know, something
That's
where
hilarious.
I don't need the crowd to turn up, because if I want them to turn up,
You
I'll
play turn
figure
up
that
music.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I want to make an art show. Like, fuck.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. And I'm gonna throw this back at Playboy Cardi again.
Mhm.
Playboy Cardi, notorious for, I don't know if you're like familiar with like Playboy Cardi's like discography.
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat.
So Die Lit was his 2018 release,
Mhm.
and Die Lit had just a bunch of super hype songs. Like they were all trap hype, like just insane energy. And
Yeah.
so me and my brother listened to that album, and we were like, all right, we're gonna go to the show. And we were in there. One, I was fighting for my fucking life. I was like 16 years old. I was like, holy shit, this is like, my stomach hurts, my head hurts. I actually got picked up by a big ass man and thrown on the floor at one point. Kind of scared me from concerts at
Damn.
that age. But one thing that Playboy Cardi
Fuck.
was doing is it like it literally felt like I was part of a cult, because the man was just standing on stage like staring at us. Insane. But there was no
Yeah.
like real artistic value to the performance itself. Like I was just kind
Mhm.
of watching some dude like stand on stage. And at the halfway point of that concert, I wasn't even looking at the stage anymore. Like I wasn't looking at him. I wasn't watching anything. I was just in there fighting motherfuckers. But
Yeah.
Whole Lot of Red,
That's
I think, is really interesting, because I'm sure we've all seen the footage of the Whole Lot of
oh
Red
yeah.
shows and that tour. And I went in Phoenix for like, I don't know, a side note. In Phoenix, he played one song and the speaker blew out. So there was that. But from the
Damn.
videos that I've seen, he has the guitar, like he has OG is his name, playing the guitar, like just little metal intros in between each song.
That's
And
so
he
tight.
screams the same things, like the same words at every single show that he does. And like he has it all put together in such a way. Like you could tell with that project, he really like took the art value and put it
Cranked it up.
cranked it up like crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when
Nah,
I was like,
that's
that's
so
a good
tight.
show right there. And it made me appreciate the album a lot more too.
Yeah, nah, 100%. Like, yeah, someone like Cardi, bro, hearing and like seeing that motherfucker's visuals, like from where, if you take it back to like even like broke boy era of like Cardi, where it's like getting ahead in the car, like broke boy, but like, and then you
Yeah.
got this motherfucker on a fucking pyramid, guitars going crazy. He's full vamp, like what? Like that's fucking tight, bro. Like that is tight. And like it works, bro. Like he's a fucking trap artist, but if you muted that shit and just watched it, you'd be like, oh, that's a rock show, 100%.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's
And that
tight,
crowd goes crazy too.
bro.
Like,
That is culty, bro. Like they
it's
eat
very
that shit.
culty. That opium
Uh,
shit. Cardi with his
it's
disciples, Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely.
I love it.
Like, it's
I can
amazing.
run it up. He's like pioneered a lot
Yeah.
the past like 5 years. And I think people probably start to properly see that in like a few more years when, you know, the Ken Carsons get bigger and they'll have their own like spawn. Kind of like Young Thug, where like Young
Yeah.
Thug fully just like shot out all of these motherfuckers.
Young Thug definitely has a cult following, but it's just like really low key. Like you wouldn't even know that that guy had a cult following until
Yeah,
you're
like
in like his fan base. You're like, damn,
yeah.
these motherfuckers know his social security number.
Yeah, Free Thug though. Free Thug and
Free
Gunna.
Thug. The Job Hunt LLC would like the jail, I think, to free Young Thug and Gunna.
Yeah. Put that shit. Free him up. He did nothing wrong.
Unless they did do something wrong, then.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did anything. Okay, like I never will think that. Cause Fuck Cancer by Young Thug is the reason that I want that man freed. Just because he
Hey,
made that song.
True, he did say fuck cancer.
that is, why don't they just say that on the stand? And then, you know,
And you're like,
it'll
oh,
all
this
be
guy's
done.
actually a really fucking good guy.
No, yeah. Shout out Thug though.
Yeah. So back to like the performance thing. Do you have
Mhm.
any like interesting stories from like any performances that you've done? I'm dying to know.
Well, I have too many. Like I even got someone like camera, like type energy, like documentary vibes. Yeah. So I did a show was it? It might have been the start of last year, I think. Maybe even the start of this year. I can't even remember. But we did a show in Brisbane, and I wouldn't do it anymore. But I had this thing of I needed to get really drunk before I go on stage. And like this was when I was just making like regular like trap sort of music, like a little bit less experimental, but just pretty much walk around on stage turning up. And I got a little bit too drunk right before my sound check, so before the fucking show even started. And I was up there, it was like a small venue, and I'm just like turning up, me and my boy Trash Boy Caesar, we're like doing our sound check. And we got an apartment just down the road, and we had like, I shit you not, like 20 to 25 motherfuckers on this little balcony just turning up, like pre-show, just like, yo, it's like, it's fire as hell. And then come to the show, my boy Caesar's performing, and he's like, when I say he's a rager, like my boy knows how to like turn up, like shout out Caesar. But he ended up like punching a hole in the ceiling by accident.
Oh.
In the
And
apartment?
then no, at the venue, at the show.
God.
Yeah, so he did his performance, accidentally did that, and then I don't even remember going on stage. Like that's where I'm at. And I seen the videos, and I have a cigarette in my hand, but it's not lit. And I'm like, someone throw me a lighter. And people threw lighters on stage, and then I lit my cigarette mid-performance inside of this tiny ass venue, and I'm just performing with a fucking cigarette in my hand, and security's just not having it. And yeah, it
Like,
was.
what are they gonna do? Kick you out? No,
I think they tried to. I think because it's like, man, I apologize to the security right now. Like, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, fuck. But
imagine you're performing, you like light up a fucking blunt, and then halfway through the performance, the security's like, "Hey man, you can't smoke in here. You gotta go."
like, oh,
Just ends the
bro,
whole thing.
Oh my god.
Because it's like I'm a small artist. They can kick me out, and it's not a loss. Like,
Yeah.
but I'm kind of happy I've done all those sort of performances, like the real like, not ghetto, but just like the real like trashy. Like I'm like out here just doing all that, because now I've got experience, but I've also got better ones. But
Yeah.
How big was the crowd at that show? Do you remember?
Yeah. Do you remember?
That's more important if you remember or not.
Shit, I think it was. I'm trying to think of the venue because it went far back. I want to say maybe like 70 to 100 people.
Wow.
But it was kind of like there was like a lot of artists playing, so it was like a lot of people come to see different artists.
Right.
But it was like a narrow, like it wasn't like a big venue. It was like kind of narrow, and the stage was right at the end, so like it was kind of cool. It like compact people back. But man, I'll send you the video of me on stage. I've got to find it somewhere.
Oh, definitely do.
It was fucked, but it's cool though, because I was like, everyone makes a fucking noise, like off my fucking head drunk, and everyone's like, because everyone else was drunk. But yeah, you look back on those performances and be like, shit,
that's so fun.
That was
I
fun.
performed
That was
one
fun.
time. Actually, I performed a total of 3 times, and this one time I did it for. It was International Week at Arizona State, and I signed up to perform at this like international night thing, and it's like in like our like in like the field, like the sports field outside. So it's a big patch of grass, and there was maybe like 100 people sitting down and just like watching me perform my album. But before that, like 3 days before, I got an email from the person running that being like, "You need to like come sing because we heard you're a singer. We want you to come sing at this like little meeting that we have." And it was a fucking meeting. I performed at a meeting.
A meeting.
Like, oh my god. So I went up and I was like, I sent prayers to your email. I didn't have any auto tune. I didn't have any of that shit. They didn't even let me bring my piano on stage. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking ball this out. And the
He
worst
basically
one,
performed in a classroom, like a lecture hall.
like a literal lecture hall.
Damn.
The
I
worst one,
respect
I
that
think,
though.
was my favorite performance, like that I put on. But again, I'm not allowed to bring any of my equipment. It's like run by Arizona State, so I have to run it through with everyone. Not gonna do that. There was 3 people in the crowd, and I was so lit. I was so lit.
Damn.
I love that shit though. That's like all experience, you know.
Yeah, you gotta perform in front of like fucking 5 people and all 5 of your fucking homies. Like, bruh, been there, right? Like but you just gotta do it. Like,
Those are the most fun. I feel like, cause like then you
I
don't have
reckon
to
they're the
worry
most
about too much.
scary. I can't even lie. I find that terrifying.
Really?
It's like, oh, bro, I don't know. I could be wrong because I've never performed in front of like a massive amount, but I feel like performing in front of 5,000 versus 5 people, like give or take, I feel like I'd be more inclined to 5,000. But the feeling of if you came out to those 5,000 people and were like, yo, what's up, everybody? And it's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Bro, my heart would sink. I'd be like, well, I guess I'm off then. I'm done.
That kind of like leads me to ask, do you ever get like stage anxiety or like stage fright when performing?
That's why I drink.
I was gonna say in the event that you're sober doing the performance.
Nah, definitely, yeah. Like you get them fucking jitters and you're just like, my first performance I did sober. And I remember I was like backstage and I was like face to face with like this wall. And I was just like jumping, trying to hype myself up, like hitting the wall, like, come on, like you got this, you got this. Like, nah, definitely. Like, and that was just me coming on stage rapping about fucking who knows what.
Right.
So I'll see how I feel when I come out with a fucking bathtub.
Yeah.
We'll see how that
So,
goes down.
There are a lot of artists that, I mean, artists, what they do is they fucking perform. That's where the money comes from, right? And there's artists with like their artistry and like what they do on stage. I recently saw FKJ live, and FKJ had like his bedroom on stage pretty much. It was really sick. But
That's
that
so
inclines
tight.
me to ask, in terms of the album, it is a very artistic album. Very like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's art. Like it's really just art.
That's so tight.
Who were your inspirations? Because I had a FaceTime call with you about this, and I was like, yo, I'm kind of feeling some like death grips over here just from like the experimental factor of the album.
Yeah, that's crazy because like I've never like, I hope I don't get fried for this, but I've never heard a Death Grip song before. Like I'm very, yeah, put me on. I need to hear it. But I've gotten like mad comparisons like always in the comments, which like, you know, it comes with it. Like when people see someone who's like a smaller artist, less established, the first thing you do is you're like, who does this sound like?
Them. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, I think that's tight. If people want to like, be like, oh, you sound like this, you sound like that, it's like tight. Like you might like that music. But as for like inspirations musically, I don't know. I think I take inspiration from like a lot of different pockets. Like I don't know. I think musically, inspiration wise, I could sit here for hours, but like definitely like the Kanye's. But I could literally just say Kanye and then that's it. Cause like that motherfucker is just
very diverse.
Yeah, like kind of takes it everywhere. But like I could say Kanye, but then play a song like If Lost Return to God, and you'd be like, is that Kanye though? Like
Kanye, exactly.
I don't know. I think I used to be like heavily influenced by like Travis, the whole like Travis, The Weeknd, Kanye. But like I think now I kind of just will just make what I make. Like I was in like a weird pocket where if I'm like, damn, would Kanye rap on this? No, he wouldn't. I bet I'm not gonna do it. Just
interesting.
I was like stuck in that pocket for so long. And then funnily enough, when I made that Where the Cops song, I was like, nah, I'm gonna just make whatever I want to make. Cause I don't know, you kind of struggle to find like your own voice. And I'd like, see myself being like, would Kanye rap on this? How would Kanye sound on this? And I'm like, bro, I'm not Kanye. I'm Tommy. Like, what would Tommy sound like on this? Like, what the fuck?
Tommy West.
Yeah, like, fuck. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'd take a lot of inspiration from like anything and everything. Like, I might hear a song on the radio by an artist I don't know. I'd be like, oh, I really like how like the groove on those drums like hit.
Right.
But I don't know. I think definitely like the big, like even like Tyler, for example, like the way Tyler
we
chops
go.
samples, I'm like, oh, I fuck with that. Even like Kanye, the way he'll like put a drum sample in there, I'm like, that's hard. So it's
Right.
like kind of like picking and like just doing that while keeping true to like my voice.
Yeah.
But
Because at the
I'm
end
gonna-
of the day,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what Kanye sounds like on that beat. It's matter
exactly.
what
Tommy
you sound
sounds
on that
like,
beat.
dude.
Like
Tommy
imagine Kanye on Where Are the Cops? Like, what the
You-
fuck?
Here's the thing, though. I feel like I can imagine him on Where Are the Cops, but I feel like
You
he'd do
reckon?
some like really weird shit.
I'll find a Kanye acapella and just put it on
got
there.
you. Bro, Loki,
Yeah.
like, send me the stems of that song. I will make one.
Bet. I want to hear it now.
I'm gonna cut you off right there because now I have to ask a real question. You brought up that Tyler the Creator, and that's when my blood starts flying through my body and my heart starts pumping. 'Cause I love Tyler the Creator a lot. I've
Yeah,
been on his
yeah.
ass for a minute too.
Right.
Favorite Tyler the Creator album?
Igor off rip. I think
Thank you.
that's his sonically, like, I think all of his albums are tight. Like I can't even sit here and cap and be like, yeah, I've been here since fucking Odd Future days. Like, nah, I came into the game when like Flower Boy dropped. No one shoot me. But
Me
I
too.
went back through his discography recently, especially, and Igor always stood out because it's
Right.
just so like sonically, like that album is like straight up timeless. And like I'll debate anyone on that. Like play that shit in like 20 years, it'll still make sense.
It'll make sense and it'll be perfect. And you know what I think the big reason behind that is because he's talking about relationships. And
Valid.
every motherfucker has relationship problems. Every motherfucker has
Yeah.
girl problems. They have guy problems. And the way that Tyler was able to hit everyone's points on that album, I was just like, damn.
He did it. He did
You
it.
know?
He's like, yeah, I think I was saying this to my girl recently. Like, I feel like Tyler doesn't get enough praise or enough like acknowledgement on like how influential he is and will be. Like, he is like top 3, I think, creative like geniuses in music.
Yep.
Like that motherfucker is different. And yet, obviously, like 20 million monthly listeners is still a lot, but like, bro should be pushing 50. Like,
he should be 100%.
he's like different breed. But yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking shout out Tyler. That's the boy.
exactly.
I'm glad you said Igor too, because at least in my opinion, like if you look at like I guess like the themes of like every album, I feel like that one feels the most whole.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
100%. 100%.
Like even down to the character he was portraying. Like that's so tight, bro. Like that is so tight. Like, yeah, shout out my boy Tyler. I'd love to have a conversation with him one day. Not even like make music, but I just love to sit there and be like, yeah.
Talk to
So
him.
yeah, like what's on your mind? Even like Kanye and shit. Like I would be happy if I could just talk, you know, just be like,
Right.
how's your life, bro? Like what's been going on? Like, fuck.
No, for
Yeah,
real. And the
they're the
one thing
goats.
I kind of want to say this, and I want to ask another question. Tyler the Creator, I feel like, oh my god, imagine losing your train of thought. I just fucking he's a creative genius, not only with the music, but with everything. Seriously,
Yeah.
like with golf, all that clothing line, the LaFleurs,
Definitely.
amazing how like literally just all of it's like his stuff, and you could very clearly see that. Camp fucking
Yeah.
Flogna. I went in 2019 and I was like, I feel
Bro.
like I'm at the Willy Wonka chocolate factory, motherfucker. Like,
Damn.
I feel like I'm in like a completely just his world. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
now the follow-up question to that, in zero relation, dinner with Jay-Z, $500,000.
Shit.
Great question.
I've seen these questions around. A lot of people will be like dinner with Jay-Z, but Damn. I feel like I shouldn't even have to be thinking about this, but I am. Can't lie. Look, I want to say take the dinner with Jay-Z, but do I have 500,000 going into the dinner with Jay-Z?
No, you're picking one or the other. And also,
One or the
Jay-Z will
other?
not be giving you the $500,000.
No, like when I'm talking to him, do I already have money to back it up? Because what's the advice from Jay-Z if he's like, yo, put your money here, when I'm like, bro, I don't got money.
Then
You
he'll
know what
give
I
you
mean?
that insight. I feel like
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
It sounds like you would just take the money.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, would I take the money and do my own thing? Depends. All right. We getting deep. What would come from this conversation with Jay-Z? Like, I respect Jay-Z, that's love, but like, what's coming from it?
right.
We don't know.
You know what I would do? I'd get the
Damn.
$500,000, go to Jay-Z, not say a word to him, and just throw it on the floor in front of him and walk away. He'll be thinking about that for the rest of his life.
But you know what he'll do? He'll be like, oh wow, I now have more grocery money.
Y-
500,000 to Jay-Z is probably
That's like,
like
a fucking
dollar.
That's literally grocery money.
Yeah, he's like, oh, cool. I don't need this. Nice. Nah, I think I would. It would be nice to talk to Jay-Z, even if it's not about money. I feel like that motherfucker knows some shit.
He
But-
knows something that everyone else doesn't. And I was actually like, the reason I asked that was because I was watching back on another interview that we did with Sheik. Dean, I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember when we talked about this with Sheik, but I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh my god, no, this really is like a good ass question, because it like puts into perspective like how you treat your own music. You know what I mean? It's like that thought process and like how you treat your own art. Because there's one side where it's like if you talk to Jay-Z, you're willing to like work and like make something that you have amazing, you know. But then if you're willing to take the 500,000, you invest it into yourself right then and there, and you're ready to just like blow up and be wherever you are at after that. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Yeah, like if I got 500,000, like all love to him, Jay-Z, but like I'm invested in myself. I'm gonna be like, all right, if I invest this 500,000 correctly, I'll see Jay-Z anyway.
You could do a lot with $500,000. You know what you can do with $500,000? One, give
A lot.
500,000 children $1. Two,
Yeah.
buy a fucking Urus, Lamborghini Urus.
Could
Down payment on a house. You know, like there's a lot you can do with $500,000. And low key, I feel like if I had $500,000, unless I was explicitly told to invest it into my music, I think I would just stop making music.
You reckon? Damn shit. I mean,
I don't know what it is. It's like now that I have this $500,000, I think music just isn't like my biggest hobby. Making it,
right.
so I feel like I could invest it into something that I'm genuinely like, all right, like here we go. I've always wanted to own a shop. I've had like this like leader style my whole life, where I've always wanted to be a leader, and that's the way I've wanted to like expel that like emotion, is owning a shop like a hookah lounge.
Right.
Tell motherfuckers what to do. And with $500,000, you can make a crazy hookah lounge.
Yeah. I get you. But a dinner with Jay-Z though.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's just like a big gray area type of question. You know, it's like what comes with it? What are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, that might just be the overthinking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck, would I actually take it? Like the offer's right in front of me right now.
Exactly.
But nah, I feel like worst comes to worst, I take the 500,000, invest it in my music. Might not ever meet Jay-Z, but if I'm living
Hey.
off my music, tight.
It is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. You know what I mean?
It
So
Let me
is.
ask you another question. That being said, would you rather
yeah.
Oh,
have
no.
Beyonce's talent or Jay-Z's business skills?
bro, wait. I thought you were gonna ask the horse girl question. Can you ask that
No,
after?
I think we already used that one for Sheik, I think.
You can
The
use it
horse?
again.
Oh my days. All right, so what? Beyonce's talent
Or
or
Jay-Z's business skills.
Jay-Z's business skills? All
Yep.
love to Beyonce. But like, yeah, not business skills. Cause like we kind of live in a world where low key, you don't have to be that talented. But if you're business savvy, like you can look talented. You can definitely look talented.
Exactly.
The talent comes to you.
Yeah, like I don't know. It'd be nah. Shout out Beyonce though.
Big
Her new
shout
album
out
was tight.
Beyonce.
Her new album
Do
was
you
tight.
like house music?
Like
Like
EDM.
yes,
Like,
it's. I don't think it's in my playlist, but if I hear it, I can respect it.
right.
Like I'm not like, yo, turn this shit off. I'm just like, yeah, I like the drum pattern they got going. Oh, I like this, I like that.
Exactly. Because I feel
Yeah.
like that's like the whole new wave right now. Pierre Bourne actually dropped like a techno album.
Really?
Good movie. It's like it's very much less rap than what he normally does. But then Beyonce came through with the house and started making that house album. Drake dropped Honestly Never Mind. And
Yo,
it hurt my stomach a little bit because these guys are making house music very quickly. And here I am trying to make my house album. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? You know what I mean? But
yeah.
I feel like that's a really big place that like kind of just hip hop is moving to.
Yeah, nah,
I mean?
definitely. But like Sticky by Drake,
That shit
that's
goes
it.
crazy.
That's in the rotation. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking nuts. Nah.
I'm like walking to my data analyst job, playing Massive by Drake.
Get your funny up. That's what it is.
We have a game for you. Are you ready to play a game? Oh wait, I think my audio cut out. I can't really hear anything.
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay, now I can hear. Are you ready to play a game?
Let's do it. Let's see it. What is it?
This is one of two games that we're gonna get going. Game
Alright.
number 1.
Why he rubbing his hands like that? Shit. What the fuck? All right. Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's do it.
The car game.
Nothing to be concerned about.
So this is the car game, and this is how the car game works. Dean,
Alright.
huge car guy. Dean loves his
Mhm.
cars. And so what's
Right.
gonna happen is me and Dean are gonna go back and forth, and we're gonna give you a car. Fuck the scenario, fuck all that. Just a car in general. Where you think you're taking that car is up to your perception. Which one of your songs are you gonna play in that car? Okay,
Wow.
so I'm gonna have Dean start it off.
Already. This one's a pretty easy one, but what would you play in a brand new Tesla?
What would I play in a brand new Tesla?
Which one of your songs would you play in a
Your
brand new
song
Oh.
Tesla?
specifically.
So this has to be all my music.
Yep.
All your music.
Fuck. In a Tesla.
Forgot to mention that part.
Side question. Have you ever been in a Tesla before?
A handful of times.
Are the speakers good in Teslas? I don't
They're
know.
pretty
Very
good.
good.
They're pretty good. Which one of my songs? Either. Can I give like an either or it has to be one? On the,
No,
on
you
the
can do
dot?
either or.
Okay. Damn, I really be overthinking this shit. Top floor or different? One of those ones. One of those ones.
I can see that.
All right. You're in Paris. I know. Okay, I know I said fuck the scenario, but I got a scenario for this one. You're
You
in
always gotta do a
Paris.
scenario.
You're in what looks like a golf cart, but it's not necessarily a golf cart because it goes really fucking fast, and you can only drive it on the street. Okay, so you're taking it from Paris to London to go watch the Burberry brand new collection fashion show. All right, what are you playing?
Never lie.
Never Light. Never Light is a very golf cart to a fashion show type song. I definitely,
I think the first half specifically.
definitely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just like a just it's like a little golf cart vibe.
Right. All right, Dean.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with another scenario. Doesn't matter what car you're in, but let's say you're driving through the snow in Canada, and like you can like see like the sunset, you know, just so I can kind of paint the picture in your head. But it's like snowing, you kind of see the sunset. What song are you playing that fits that vibe?
Damn, that's
Bro
a
is
fucking-
flabbergasted.
I am, bro. I am. I might say if lost, return to God. That could just be like a real real moment, you know, just
Yeah.
singing that, like, yeah, bed is on the floor. My
Tommy, your
God.
microphone went quiet. We can still hear
Oh,
you.
did it?
But
It's
yeah.
still good. My
Okay,
bad. Should I
now
turn
we
the-
can hear you. Yeah, you definitely turn the gain up.
Yeah. Probably if lost, return to God. Maybe.
That's so real. That's so
Maybe.
real.
Maybe. Yeah. I feel like that would hit.
Like, do you think that's like a good, like, kind of naturey, outdoorsy song, you would say? Or does it just kind of like just fit the drive?
Fuck, I feel like that's the closest thing I have to that. Maybe low key. Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say that because I'd probably get emotional seeing that shit anyway. Because if I'm
Yeah.
in Canada, seeing the snow and all that sort of stuff, then I obviously did something right. So that'd be a cool like reflection song, you know, not to get deep, but that'd be tough.
Right.
Tommy, this is the
Yes.
first time I've tailored one of these car game questions directly to the artist.
I am honored. I am honored.
You are in a bathtub with wheels, but you're not allowed to play Where Are the Cops?
Yo,
What are
where
you
am
playing?
I? Where am I? Where am I though? Am I on the street? Like,
Oh, you're flying down the street. You're flying.
Mothman. Mothman,
I
100%.
stand by
yeah.
that. I stand by that.
100%.
I stand by that.
That would be fucking.
I stand in the bathtub by that.
Even that. Damn.
I gotta do the
can
thing again.
I can picture that. All right. Let's hear it.
Where the police at? Where the
Damn.
police at?
You're a natural.
911. How did I do?
I think Tommy
Um,
found himself a new backup dancer.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll just be on
Backup
stage. I'll
singer.
be like,
Wow. I think, man, I think you've just dethroned me right there. I think you can take over now. I think that's all you, bro.
if you ever need a stunt double,
A stunt double. Shit. You might have to shave your head and bleach it.
I have before.
He has done that.
Yeah? How did it feel?
I felt submissive.
Submissive. Fuck. Shit.
I
can't
really was
relate
the
to that
bottom to
one.
life in that situation.
Damn.
But you look
Damn.
sick with it. You look dope as fuck with
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
bosom bleach. Bro, I'm
Oh,
about to pull up
man.
a picture of myself while I talk about the next game. Are you ready for the next game?
I was fucking born ready for the next game. Let's do it.
Okay. This is a game we started recently, actually. And
Mhm.
like probably like the last two podcasts that we did. Yeah, no, like very recently.
Yeah.
What song is on your phone right now without cheating? Without cheating, what song is on your phone right now?
What do
Or
you
what's
mean?
the
Like,
last song you played
What's the
on your
last
phone?
song you played, rather? That's what I meant
I'll
to say.
get it up. I'll get it up.
No cheating, no tapping the Spotify button, no none of this.
It's actually fun. This is like something that would not normally be on my phone, but it just is. Suicidal Thoughts by Notorious B.I.G.
Oh,
That's like
Ooh.
really random to be on my
Whoa.
phone. Cause I was just talking to my bro who's here. I was like, yeah, fucking talking about Biggie Smalls and like played him that song.
here's
can
me
kinda
with
see
the
it.
beach with the bleach buzz. Oh my
Oh,
god.
you might have to turn your background blur off.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the problem. I didn't turn the light on.
Maybe send it to me on Instagram and I'll look at it right now.
Yeah, there's a
Right
lot of
here.
exposure on it.
Okay, Marcus, put the picture. Okay, put the picture on the fucking thing on the video. But bro, Notorious B.I.G. great in any situation. Do you listen to his music regularly? You said that's not something that would like normally pop up on your phone.
Nah, like it's sometimes when I'm like feeling in that mood, I might chuck some like old school vibes on.
Uh-huh.
But no, that's rare. That's actually funny. That's actually funny. Yeah. Shout out BIG though.
Shout
That's
out
the boy.
B.I.G. Dean, what about you?
Oh man, you caught me at a bad time here. Oh wait, that's hilarious. Actually, so the last song that I played on my Spotify, it's a little song. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it or not, but it's called "Fuck It Up" by Tommy.
Oh,
Oh, great
damn.
track. Great
That
track.
actually, I had that.
That's crazy.
I actually had that song saved to my library before I listened to the new album.
Say
Man.
word. Wow. Fuck, that's tight. I totally forgot about that
Very
song.
good.
Well, I mean, what are
Wow.
your thoughts on that, Tommy? Is that like a was that a good song, you think, for me to save
That's
to my library, or
that's a valid song. That's a
are you a
very
little
valid.
like kind of weirded out that I had that song?
Nah, I think that's tight. I think that song doesn't get enough love. That's
There
like
you go. There you go.
This is where the
That's a
FBI
personal favorite.
investigation part of the podcast comes in.
Yep.
FBI. Let's do it.
I hate to chime in, but I was listening to Saran Pack by TK.
By TK. Free TK.
Free TK.
That's
Actually-
an iconic cover.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. That album cover, that album art. is
I'm not
amazing.
lying.
Man.
He really wasn't lying. That's
Wow.
fucked
I
up
was
by
not
Tommy.
lying.
Wow. I hope you fuck it up.
Live
I forgot about
performance
that.
on the Zoom.
Oh,
Nah, that's
nah.
crazy.
I
Well,
need
thank you
more
for
of these.
playing
I need
those
more of
games
these.
with us.
That
Very-
was fun. That was
I
tight.
love doing that because I like putting people on the spot. That's my thing. As the CEO, I think. From in the
CEO.
I'm the only person in the North Pole right now. Crazy.
Shit.
I kind of okay. Back to the album.
Yeah. Let's do it.
This is gonna be a very hard question.
Oh,
There are 8 songs on the album.
fuck. I already know.
Say
what this is.
your neighborhood Demogorgon came and swiped
Mm.
7 songs off the album.
Yeah.
Which song do you want to stay on the album?
I gotta keep one song.
It's like having 8 kids and then like 7 of them get murdered. Which one would you rather have alive?
Fuck. What one would I keep alive?
It's kind of dark. Sorry.
Shit.
Because you can't pick a favorite. You just have to which one you would save.
Which one's
Which one I
staying?
would save? Fuck, that's such a ratchet question. Fuck. Oh, I love them all. All right. I'm gonna say fucking maybe if lost return to God. Maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe. It's just got too much. It's just
The
got
way
way
that I
too
was about to
much.
say that exact same thing.
Yeah, it's just a very personal like gripping. So I just couldn't let that one go.
Right.
That one, yeah, that
If I-
tops it all.
If I had to pick, I know Where Are the Cops is like my like personal favorite. But for the sake of your success,
For the sake
I
of my
think-
success.
I think we're either keeping if Lost Return to God, that was one of my options too,
Mhm.
or Never Light.
I was tossing between that one. I can't lie.
Really.
Yeah,
Well,
that
we're on the
second
same
half,
wavelength. We're on the same wavelength.
We must be, bro. 'Cause that beat switch in that song is like, that's so crazy. I fucking love that second half of the song specifically. So tight. It's the only part with like an actual feature as well. That's another thing. The whole album's solo except for that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Fucking beautiful. Dean, what's your answer? What's your answer?
I think you guys know my answer.
Is it
I've kind of hinted
Mothman?
at it before. And yeah, it's Mothman.
Yeah, that's tight.
I love
Mothman's
that
a
song.
dope ass song, dude.
Man, that's an exciting song. I can't wait to fucking perform it.
It's a cruel world. I want to say all of them, but I think that one just really stuck out to me. I love like the crescendo on it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Damn, that's tight. It never had an actual like drop to it. That was like another thing. It
Yeah.
was just straight 808 and melody, but it needed a drop. So I like that actually took me a little bit to make that drop because
Right.
nothing sounded right. Like it just sounded like too weird. But yeah, it's a bit of a raw track. I appreciate that.
Tommy,
Yes, Alex.
horse girl daughter or Android son?
Oh, there it is. There's the question.
That's the question.
I've been thinking about this for like the past 30
This
minutes.
is actually the most important question on the interview.
This question
Def-
was curated by Dean originally.
Def-
Also,
Define
right.
horse girl.
Dean defined horse girl.
So when you like, okay, so these are your children, right? So having a horse girl is essentially having like a daughter that is obsessed with horses. Like she wants a horse. She likes to ride horses. She likes everything about horses. All she does is talk about horses. Her only personality trait is horses. Like
Yeah.
it's a little
Horse.
it's a little off-putting, I will say. And
Right.
and then having an Android son is just having a son who lives and breathes by Android phones as opposed to iPhones.
If you have an Apple phone, he is jumping you.
Yeah, no, if you
Oh,
have an Apple
true.
iPhone, then he will give you a million reasons why his Android phone is better and be really annoying about it.
Like your friends will hate your son.
Wow.
So you have to choose if you would have a horse
Damn.
girl daughter or an Android son.
Damn. Fuck. Okay. Is it when it's like Android? Is it like his computer is like Microsoft? Like
No, I
Everything
feel like
like
that's fine. I feel like that's the computer's out of the equation.
Yeah, the computer's
Just
out of
phone,
the
just
equation
phone.
here.
Fuck.
We also said this without asking Tommy what type of phone he has.
That's true. He
Tommy
could have an
could have an
Android.
Android.
For all I know.
iPhone boys.
Let's go. Okay, we're good.
iPhone boys.
Yeah, I was leaning towards the horse girl daughter, because my family like they fuck with horses like that. But then again, if she's my daughter, she's gonna want to have a horse, which is just
Oh.
expensive, and I'm
Right.
gonna have to like pay for that shit. But shit, I'm gonna just go to Android kid. Android dude. He can bug me all he wants, but when he goes to sleep, he's fine.
True.
Okay.
You can limit his screen time.
Yeah, I could just take his phone off and be like, yeah, you just better shut up or you're not getting your phone back. Try school me again on your fucking Android, bro. I'll take that shit away from you.
Right. All we know is Tommy's son on that Android is going to be streaming
Yes.
Tommy's music.
You better be.
If he
You
is,
better
okay,
be.
then he's fine. I
You
say
better be.
horse girl daughter. I've stood by this answer.
You reckon?
I've stood by this answer because
Okay.
immediately I feel like you
Sure.
start perceiving the son and the daughter to like their most extreme. And horse girl daughter, look at this. They're on the horse. They're chilling. You know, they're like riding the horses. Yeah, they're fucking neighing in your living room. They're like neigh, neigh. Yeah, okay, whatever. But
Oh,
they're
shit.
outside. They're active, and they're doing something with their life, and they're seeing the sun. The android son, I just feel like wouldn't like be going outside whatsoever. You know, always have a bad
This-
attitude.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with not going outside.
Well, I mean, just like violently
Health.
not going outside, no job,
Oh, yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean?
Is he that invested in the
Yeah,
Android
like he
phone?
sucks. Like he just sucks
Damn.
as a person. But whereas your
Shit.
horse girl daughter is actually like active and doing stuff going outside. You know what I mean? So I think I have to go with the horse
Yeah.
girl daughter.
All right, valid. Fuck.
Dean has an answer. Dean has a great answer to this question.
What's the answer?
If I had the pick, it would be neither. But if I like had the pick,
Hey.
it'd be an Android son.
Yeah.
I've stood by this. Man. Like
Why is
it's
that?
just. I mean, you got to think about it like long term. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like,
Low-key, you're right. Android son is gonna be making the bag. He's gonna be making
Right?
the bag. Yeah.
right? I mean, not only that, but I mean, just like having a horse girl like long term is going to be at least in my opinion, it's going to be like long term way more expensive than having an Android son.
Okay, but then think of it this way.
Annoyingness
Yeah.
aside,
Think of it this way.
yeah,
Your horse girl daughter could get so good at horse riding that you can
Mhm.
go bet on her horse
Yeah, but who's paying for
in
that?
horse races.
Yeah, who's paying for that? Who's paying for that horse?
Well, once
Yeah,
you
who's
once you
paying
make
for
a
the
couple
horse,
bets and
the
make like
stables?
a couple million, doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter.
What
'Cause
if
you're
her
betting
horse
on
is
your daughter.
shit?
The
What
horse
if
won't be
it's
shit.
just
Because your horse girl daughter is so good at riding horses.
Yeah, what if you cheat that on the horse and you got like a shit horse, man? Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah? Trust me, they're
Make the horse go
Get
to
expensive,
the
some,
bro.
gym.
get some fucking donkey from Shrek. You never know.
Put the horse on a treadmill.
Hey, it's an expensive job. It's
Yeah,
fucking
but also
expensive.
the Android son. How much are you paying for his tech?
If he's just on an Android phone, that's fine. That's Android phones are like.
But
oh,
he has
I
to
know-
get every like Android in the market and like test all of them out, you know, and like compare them with his own eyes. You got to buy that guy every single Android phone, maybe a couple to do like
But I-
those drop tests.
But a
YouTube
bunch of
videos.
Android phones will just take up a drawer. But if Gildan wants to have a full stable and everything, you gotta move to a house that's got land and you know what I'm saying? Like
I just think it's the better investment. Look, you start betting on your horse girl's daughter's horse, you're gonna be making a lot of fucking money.
That's high risk, high reward.
yeah. And you
And
still
then the
gotta
Android son
pay
is
for the horse
low
to
risk,
race.
low reward.
Is it? I don't know.
I feel like it's pretty low reward because what are you gaining out of it?
Low risk, no reward.
Yeah, low risk, no reward.
Yeah.
Exactly. Ugh. Well, we've learned a lot about Tommy today.
The bathroom boy.
He likes the bathtub.
Yes, pause.
Guys, big bathtub.
I love it.
I like bathroom boy. Okay. But
I'm a
we've
slut
learned
for a bathroom.
seriously a lot about Tommy today. We've learned a lot about his music. And me and Dean were blessed with the opportunity to listen to Tommy's new album, There Was Never Light, coming November 10th, or in Australia, 10th November. It's gonna come out. It's gonna be on all streaming platforms, right? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every platform you can think of.
Any platform you could think of. That shit's gonna be on Amazon Music, where you were streaming the
Literally.
most recent Drake album. But
Mm,
Tommy, his album's gonna be out on all platforms, and it's very much so required if you want to sign up for the viewer position at the Job Hunt LLC that you listen to that album. You might learn a lot of new things. You might have a new taste in music after this, because the
Exactly.
album, honestly, in our great opinion, is very good. It's a very good album. Definitely listen
Thank
to it.
you.
But
that's love,
Dean
that's
has
love.
a special message now. Okay.
Let's hear it.
About the hiring process. Dean, start us off.
So, Tommy, it's time that we've come to the hiring process, and as you understand, we take everything that you say, every single word, every comment, everything that you said. That's all been taken into consideration. Like, you might not
Marcus
realize
runs
it,
all of your words through an AI.
but I
Damn.
do in fact run everything you said through the hiring AI. And
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, we would like to inform you it is with great honor and great pleasure that you've been hired into the Job Hunt LLC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tommy,
Thank
how do you feel? How do you feel about this position now?
I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm happy I could tick all the boxes. You know, good shit. I'm happy to be a part of the team.
So, what's your
Happy to be
position
here.
going to be? What
What position are you looking for?
What are you looking for?
What am I looking for? What's available?
I mean, hey,
What are you
like,
chasing?
we need a plumber, and I hear you like
Anything goes.
bathtubs.
Nah, Woozy's our plumber.
Oh shoot, you're right. I think Woozy's the plumber. I thought Woozy was the janitor.
Woozy does everything that no one else wants to do.
I don't know. We had
Probably
to
not.
liquidate all of our assets. I don't
He's
really
also made
remember.
28 unions against us. So,
Yeah.
Hey,
you know what?
I'll
Fuck it.
I'll be the content creator. I'll take care of your social medias.
Let's
I'll do all
go.
that. I'll do all that shit.
We always
Next-
need more of that.
So we
the
have
next
Tommy working under
promotion-
Tyreek is what's going on. Tyreek's our head of actually Tyreek is marketing too. After the big fight that he had with Roso Toddy, we had to demote him. So there you go.
I'm here.
We
I'm
have a
here to
team
stay.
forming.
I'm here to stay.
Seriously though, Tommy, thank you very, very much for hopping on today, and thank you for being the reason that the Job Hunt LLC has officially kickstarted one more time because we did take a pretty big break. You know, I had to move to the North Pole. Dean moved to Antarctica.
Yeah.
And so, you know, we were kidnapped by the Job Hunt LLC for a little bit. Like we don't have food or water or anything. So now we're back. You know,
Yeah. Well,
thank you
I'm
for
honored
coming
to be on
on.
here.
I hope you had a good time. Right.
I did. I had an amazing time. It's my first like podcast interview, proper sort of things. This is tight. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank y'all for having me. This is tight.
Of course. And with that, I want to say, Dean, thank you very much for also being here. Because
Anytime.
Dean, when Dean got kidnapped, he told me, he was like, well, I don't know if I want to do this anymore, man. I don't think I could be a part of this company anymore. But I said, Dean, keep your head in the fucking game because the Job Hunt LLC is the best podcast
It is.
in Tempe,
It is.
Arizona.
It is. It will be.
Uh,
It will be.
Everyone that's watching right now and listening, thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way this far, damn, big props to you. I'm going to be dead honest because it was a long interview. We make long interviews. You know, we got to find out a lot of information. We got to talk about the artist, you know.
If you made it to the end, DM me on Instagram and say that you did that, and I will send you. I don't know, unreleased music or some shit. If you actually made it to the end, you gotta somehow fucking prove it. You gotta tell me something.
Let's make a code word that they have to send.
Bathtub. Just off rip. Bathtub.
DM Tommy on Instagram, the word bathtub. You can find his Instagram at whokilledtommyy, actually.
Yes. That is the boy.
DM him, say the word bathtub, and you will get some unreleased music. You will also get Tommy will also send you $100,000 to each person.
Yeah, since I'm not having that dinner with Jay-Z.
He'll be buying you a bottle also. So thanks for watching. Please go ahead. We have a couple events that our company does. We have the press the like button event. Go ahead and participate in that today. We have the press the subscribe button event, team building event. Go ahead and participate in, you know, the subscribe button. Share this video with your mom, Tommy's mom, Dean's mom, my mom. Send it to my mom. Send it to everyone's moms, dads. Show it to your dog and make sure your dog likes the video. All right. Thanks for watching. Job Hunt LLC is back, and everyone have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to stop it here.